this race at Phoenix. They are getting ready to go. Sorry about. All right. We are getting going, and it looks like everyone's already cutting across that dog leg on the backstretch. Trying to get some features put into this real quick while everyone gets going, and looks like we've already got one around. That's Rattler, I believe, getting spun, and the 39 also. So early crash here, that will let me catch up, get everything going for us. You can see on the ticker the numbers in yellow. Those are drivers who are currently in the top 25. So those are the ones who are really in contention right now for those 10 spots out of the second split. Get everything caught up here. I think we're good to go now. I will reset the field. Sorry again. Just trying to get everything set up right there at the end. So strength of field is actually slightly higher this week. And Alex Bergeron is our leader right now. The 19 car, that's Liam Brotherton, he is second. He got the pole for this race. He's having a really good season so far. As you can see, he's yellow on the ticker. That means he is in contention right now for one of those 10 spots to get into the NASCAR Peak Anywhere Series. Mitchell Hunt, he is in third in the 7 car. And let's take a look at the rest. Brad Davies, he's hoping for a better result this week. He's not out of it yet, but one more bad week and he is. So 11 of Davies, I don't have him in contention right now. Once we get past the drop week, then we can start to see who is close. Brandon Pipgrass in the 3 car, you see he is in contention. He is currently in 5th. 17, Bruno Barbula. Haven't seen him on track, not for sure if he ran last week or not. Will Cooley, he was your pole sitter last week. I believe he was in the 31 car, so now he's in the 23. He's moved up a little bit on iRacing. Brian Blackbird, the 1 car, we've seen him battle for the lead with Mitchell Hunt, and he is obviously in contention after getting 2nd place. So we will go back up to the leaders, get going on this race. As they come around 3 and 4, the pace car is going to dip off, and we are going to be green. So Bergeron out to an early lead. He's got a couple car lengths on the 19 car. We're going to see people dive in across that dog leg all night, and that is going to be a place where there's going to be issues. It's going to be that. It's going to be coming off of turn 2. The wall there, easy to get into. And then entering turn 3, we're going to have some people diving down underneath each other, and that's going to be a problem area as well. So 19 car has caught up to the rear bumper of Bergeron. He's working low coming out of 3. It looks like he's got that car working a little bit better. We might see an early pass. trying to get that top spot back. Not much has changed back through the field. I'm gonna keep an eye on the lead right now as we've got everyone bunching up here. Bergeron leading them around with Brotherton right on his tail. Mitchell Hunt, essentially the points leader from the second split. He's got the highest position of everyone right now in this race. Everyone's single file, and hopefully we'll just get some long green runs in, get the people spread out here. A drone camera, a little bit different look at the racing action. And Mitchell Hunt working his way around into that second spot, dives under the leader. We'll see if he can keep it down low. Looks like the two struggling on the high side a little bit, but he gets to run off the corner, pulls off Hunt. And this is a little bit different driving than we've seen from Hunt last week. Kind of looked like he forced it there rather than just waiting, taking his time to get around everyone. Also following him is Pipgrass. He's now working the high side. And Brotherton with a massive run off of 4. It looks like he's going to get the lead into turn 1. We'll see if he makes the move all the way through. Getting the run off the corner is going to be key. Everyone dives down. And again, that's a recipe for disaster, that little area right there. Got to do a quick mic change on camera, the TV cameras. We'll get that sorted out real quick. And we'll see if he can get pulled away now. Now that he's got around there. That was a interesting battle. Mitchell Hunt all the way up to second, making the move, trying to get the lead on the 2 car. And he finds himself now in 4th after all of that. Brotherton pulling away now. He's going to probably look for a long green run. See how far away he can get from everyone else. Pipgrass is moving up to that 2nd spot. We'll see if he can get through 3 and 4 a little bit better. Doesn't have the run he needs. He'll stay in 3rd. His teammate, looking at the timing and scoring, is now into 6th place. This is Brian Blackford in the 1 car. He's up 4 spots. Pipgrass is up 3. They are some of the biggest movers in your top 7. And currently fastest driver on track is Brotherton up in the lead. So not seeing a whole lot of challengers, but everyone is kind of stacked up in traffic. And we've seen last week that being quick early in the race or early in the run doesn't translate to just continually pulling away. So Bergeron continues to fall backwards. He's now into 5th spot as Brad Davies gets passed. Take a look and see if this gap between the 19 and the 3 changes. Now that everyone's sorted out. And Pipgrass runs the fastest lap that last time by. He's a 25.80. Liam Brotherton a 25.88 out in the lead, so we could see this lead slowly coming back, and it's definitely going to slowly come back because we're back under yellow now. So caution is out. We will figure out what happened and to who. It looks like the 26 might have been involved. Not a whole lot of front end left on that. Take a quick look and see if we can figure out what happened there. No, he might have been involved in the first one. I am not sure what the yellow is for. I cannot find it, so we're just going to look at pit stops, and everyone brings it down. Brotherton leading them in. Look at the ticker and see who is currently in the running for those 10 spots out of the second split by the yellow numbers. Just a reminder on that. Racing off a pit road right now. Brotherton's going to keep that lead. Pipgrass and Hunt, so standing stay almost the same. It does look like Davies lost that position back to Bergeron. They will catch the pace car, and we will just take a quick look at the points right now. So, looking at the top 10 in points, we have yellow cars are the people from the second split last week. You can see Brotherton, he's looking to make a big gain if he can keep the lead and win this one. He's currently in 11th, just sitting outside of that top 10 that gets you in. So, Hunt up there in front. Blackford, we're waiting to see him. Randall Fox has been kind of back in the pack. I've last seen him in 16th. So, let's look at the top 10. We will try to stay on the storylines of each of those drivers who's currently in the top 25 in points. Weather right now, 70 degrees and light wind, partly cloudy. Track temps probably right around 70 since it is a night race. You got them lined back up side by side. Getting going again on this. Fields working their way along the backstretch. Only one of the few times they will stay that high through that area on caution laps. Brotherton will lead them around 3 and 4. Coming to the start of lap 25. Brotherton bringing them out of 4, gets a massive jump over the 3-car of Pipgrass, and we'll see if Hunt can work his way. No, he doesn't. He gets cut down on by the number 3 holding that spot, and Bergeron moves up into the 3rd spot, and he's looking to go for that 2nd spot. So side by side into 3 and 4, and we haven't seen that high side work out all that well for Bergeron in 3 and 4. And looks like he holds even with the 3. This is going to be where it's tougher for the 3. He's looking to use all that space on the outside. Now he's going to cut way down, trying to get a run away from the 2 car. And now Davies brings himself into the fight in the 5th spot. He's looking underneath the 7 car up front. So the 3 and the 2 still battling side by side. Blackbird is now closed in on this group. They all drop below the yellow line, down the backstretch as Brotherton pulls out to a second lead over these guys, and Bergeron makes the high side work. So, yellow back out though, and that is why the high side worked. Take a look and see, maybe the 37 involved. See if we can get a replay of this one. And it looks like he was just the last car on the lead lap, so not sure what happened again. Sorry about that. Looks like an incident on the backstretch from where the smoke was. No one from the top 10 pits, and it looks like most of mid-pack is staying out as well. So race summary so far, we are working on caution number 3. We got 108 laps remaining. Already up to 3 cautions. Everything's been in the back of the field, I believe. So just need to get that worked out. It's kind of like what we had last week. People getting going in the back of the field. Once we got that cleared out, then the leaders had a great race up front. We will let them pace around. I'm going to take a quick little break here. Looks like 1 to go, actually. So we'll see if the 2 car can work that outside now on the 19 like he did the 3. Proved me wrong once so far, so... Brotherton bringing them back down. Green flag out. So Brotherton once again pulls out to a massive lead. The 2 car did not get a good start and is working his way backwards in the spot. Now Vincent Hunt also kind of getting shuffled back on these restarts, and now he's got Blackbird underneath him, and we got one going around. It's 31 car. He gathers it up. Everyone scatters around. We've got him 12 different lanes through the backstretch and 4 wide entering turn 3 right now. Just a massive traffic jam. And that's the 8 car Malik Ray, we seen him up front early last week. Then he had some troubles, and this week does not look to be going any better. He's stuck back here in this mess and work his way up. Head back up front. See Rattler, he was involved in that early caution. Looks like he didn't get too much damage and just spun from it. It's now up to Rattler's up to 16th, but he's down 13 spots from where he started. We'll head back up front. See how they've sorted out as we watch that mess. Hunt is working his way up past the 2, Bergeron. And Blackbird is also trying to work his way by. That is going to be for the 4th spot. Davies up into 3rd. Classic green and orange Davies. Last week, everything just kind of went backwards for him about mid-race. Brotherton, though, pulling away, fastest lap last time by, but just barely, pretty much running the same lap times as Pit Grass. And just a few hundredths faster again this time around. So, he's the quickest car on track, but not by much. And we haven't seen what he can do later into the run. And another yellow flag is out. We're just not getting a chance to race it out and see what's going on. And we'll see, that doesn't look good for the 8 car. He's got damage and he's not up in that mess anymore. So, we'll take a look and see. Lost him there, and it looks like he's just loose off of 2, gets spun around. He might have got some help. To get a better replay on that. Sorry about that. Working the inside. But the 18 just outside of him, the 30 behind him, and he just loses it on his own midway through and gets a little tap from the 30 to help him all the way around. Gets some damage to the rear end and heads all the way to the back. I believe your leaders are all coming into the pits. It's all about don't do something stupid like getting a speeding penalty. Don't miss your pit stall and lose 5 spots. See who the first one out is going to be. Looks like Brotherton's got a really short stop. He might have just taken right sides only there along with Pip Grass. Or this timing screen isn't quite working right because Blackbird did not gain any spots on the 2 car. So I'm going to just say that timing screen is not working right. And we'll assume everyone's taking 4 tires there. So that's their second time into pit lane. Have not had a long stint yet. And it also looks like Brotherton has lost the lead to the 3. You know what? Maybe we did have 2 tire stops. The scoring is updated. Blackbird is up front now in the 3rd spot. He's gained a few spots. Rattler has also recovered now. And Bergeron slowly going backwards now into that 7th spot. So lights are out. We're going to get going again. hopefully we get a little bit longer run now, and the 3 car, we'll see what he can do out front this time. Can the 19 get a decent start to challenge back for that lead? Teammates on the inside, so you're going to see them both go probably at the same time. Lots of communication usually on those starts, but 19 gets a great start. Brotherton's going to have that second spot. Davies will be up on the high side, probably falling back and forth. We'll see how it works out up there. Davies working his way under Brotherton now, trying to get that second spot away from him. At this point, Brotherton's he's got to be protective. He's got a fast car. He's got one of the fastest cars out there. He's got to keep himself out of danger, not lose too many spots, because the farther back you get into the field, higher chance you have of getting wrecked by someone else's mistake. So he appears to let Davies go, which also lets Blackbird go. They are nearly 3 wide into 3 and 4. Blackbird getting that nose under Davies through the backstretch. Does not work out of 4 though, and he will fall back to the 4 spot after challenging for that second spot. Hunt's got a little bit of a run on him, but just kind of holds position, doesn't force it. And we are once again yellow. Looks like the 6 car has now crashed, and we will see what the cause of this was. Once again, just entering 3 and 4, cuts down, runs into the back of the 35, who appeared to just kind of check up in the middle, and then the 6 gets spun. So we've got a couple laps on these tires. Not sure. This is one of those situations where if you're the leader and everyone else pits, you're in trouble. But it looks like everyone's just staying out. Knowing track position is huge. So we will pace around some more, and hopefully we'll get some green flag runs in here. And we are on caution number 5 now. 110 remaining. Pipgrass is your leader, and in yellow for the numbers, meaning he is in contention right now for that top 10. Davies can get himself in contention, but right now, already having one bad race, he does not have a lot of room to work with. Then Brotherton is having a really great race and has been leading most of it. Been the quickest car out there. And he is just sitting outside of the top 10 now in points. And a win here will definitely get him right up in there. Mitchell Hunt, your winner from last week in the second split. Having a decent run, about like last week, where he just had himself in the top 5, held the position for a while, and then got the win after things started going green for longer runs. But pace car lights are off. We're going to be going green again. Pipgrass leading him around out of 4. Davies outside of him, Brotherton right behind in the 19 car. 3 car gets a great jump over Davies, and the 19 is going to follow him through underneath. 19's just got to be careful not to push up into the 11. That is one of the trouble spots, and then we enter another trouble spot where everyone dives across the infield on the backstretch. 19 gets a decent run through 3 and 4, but starts to push up midway through, and that allows Davies to take over the second spot. So we got a battle for 4th place between Blackbird and Hunt. Look at the gain a little bit of position by diving low. Gets the rear end past the front bumper of Blackbird and will hold on to that 4th spot. Field comes down the front stretch. Mostly single file, and hopefully everyone's got it cleaned up. Looks like 29 car Ariadne, he is down 10 spots. He is one of those drivers that is in the top 25 in points, but this race is not going well for him. Big snap working rear bumper of pit grass, gets to the inside on entry of 1 and 2. It's a little bit higher line through the dive down the dog leg, and luckily they did not come together there. Sometimes you can think the car underneath you goes a little bit lower than it actually does. Catch yourself, spin out there. So 19 of Brotherton working the high side behind these two. I believe he's just buying his team, waiting and seeing what plays out between these two. He's quicker than both of them, or at least has shown that speed early into this run. At this point, everyone's probably got the fuel burned off that they need to. They're now short fueling, and once again we get a yellow flag, and it's not from the people that are actually racing for a win. Looks to be another back marker mess. Maybe the 20 car. We'll take a look and see if we can actually catch this on replay. There's a crash up ahead. There is, I believe it's the 8 car again. This is a second crash. Let's see if we can actually catch it. Definitely has some damage that isn't there right now. Looks like the 28 gets punted from behind, and the 8 car just gets collected. Nowhere to go. Everyone else is able to avoid it, but Malik Ray in the 8 car, his hopes for making it into the Peak Antifreeze Series are pretty much gone. And I have no idea what we just came back to, but it looked like David Rattler was stopped at the entrance to pit road. It appears Rattler decided too late to stay out and just chucked it into the barrels on pit entry. I can't say that that's the best strategy. Don't believe that's the winning strategy there. So his race might be over with too, as he's getting a lot of repairs. Back up front to the people that are not crashing. Brad Davies is the leader now. He stayed out and he's on 17 lap old tires, but a lot of those have been under caution. Dalton Collins also stays out in the 13 car. Bergeron will be the first off of pit road in the 2 car. Will Cooley in the fourth spot. Some interesting things going on here. We've got a huge mix of strategies up front, and we're just going to ride on board with the 19 car, see if he can make his way through this mess that he's found himself in. He is working backwards now after those stops in the 8th spot. Going to be on the outside. We've got multiple different tire strategies in front of him. Brotherton looking low through 1 and 2. Dives all the way to the bottom there. We can't see a whole lot from this position. Almost 3 wide with the 33 and the 7. He's, again, just has to keep the car clean and get through some of these early runs. Then he'll be able to make his way back up to the front. But he pushes up into the 33 on entry to 1 and 2. Almost a disaster for his race. Gets the spot. He's got some clean room, and now it's time to go after these guys on old tires. That is going to be first, second up there, the 11 and the 13. They're on older tires, but they might not have a whole lot of wear due to how many caution laps will run. So Bergeron, the first car on fresh tires, trying to work his way around the 13. Go to the high side now through 3 and 4, working outside out of 4. He's got the quicker car and should be able to make the pass, and does on the entry of 1 and 2 with the 3 of Pip Grass following him through. Hunt is also going to look to that outside of the 13. And the 19 is catching up to this group as well. See if he goes to the outside, and he will, as he's seen the train going by this 13 car. Now the 13 is up 14 spots. And if he can get a long enough run without losing too many spots and then get a yellow, everyone else will pit, and he'll have a big gain from this strategy. But if it goes green too long, then the strategy's not going to play out too well, and he'll have fallen back quite a bit. But yellow flag is out. It might be too early to drag everyone back onto pit road with him. And we once again get a pace around. 27 car appears to be involved. We will take a look and see what we got. So this is Ian Nicor, the 27. It's loose, I believe, and then gets tapped. Amazingly doesn't hit anything and doesn't get hit by anyone. That very rare in that situation, having a crash there. So, give you a quick rundown here. Davies is in first, Pipgrass second, Bergeron third, Mitchell Hunt fourth. And take a look, we are not going to get pits from Davies. He will stay out again. The 13 car does come down, along with the 2 of Bergeron, and he is going to lose a lot of spots. That is not the call that you want to make right there. Many cars staying out, and he's going to find himself far back in the field. field. It's been a mess back there. So looks like Malik Ray getting one of his laps back. Leaders not moving down for the wave around car. So Pipgrass, Mitchell Hunt, and the 19 of Liam Brotherton. Those three have been up front along with Blackbird most of this race. Those four drivers currently look like they are going to move on and be in contention after this race as well. We've still got a long, long ways to go and haven't even seen hard racing yet up front. Fast lap of the race right now is a 25.276. That is by Liam Brotherton when he was out front. Right now, Davies has got the oldest tires out there. He is 27 lap old tires, or at least last time he was in the pits. Everyone else to the 17th position is on 10 lap old tires, and then Bergeron in the 18th spot is on fresh tires. If this is the point where we get a long green run, Bergeron is going to be able to make his way through the field and massively pull away from everyone. But that's not how the race has played out. We've barely had any green runs. So it'll be interesting to see if that 2 car made the right call there or not. Again, the yellow numbers on the ticker are people who are currently in the top 25. Davies bringing them around for the restart with Pipgrass on the outside of him. Long wait on getting on the gas, and Pipgrass gets down to the bottom side. He's going to have to work on that if he does make a complete Gannon-free series, because you cannot change lanes before the start-finish line. Right now, no live officials, so it is not an infraction here. Top 4 gets themselves spread out. Blackbird is working his way around the 23 car. That is Will Cooley, having a much better race than last week, where he started from the pole and then backed it up to midfield and never really returned. Got 3 wide back behind. 32, 33, and 36 all working as hard as they can for that. It's like 8th spot. That's Ethan Lane in the 36. 32 car is Dalton S. England. And more 3 wide action. You can kind of see why the back of the field's been producing all of the cautions, because the racing back here is frantic. See if we can find that 2 car Bergeron. He's working the outside. Just gets past the 6 car, who we saw get in a wreck earlier. So Bergeron only in 18th. He's only passed 2 cars that are on old tires and has been passed by 2 cars that are on new tires. So no gain for him since the restart. Back up front, Pipgrass takes the lead, but gets loose, gets himself on the inside wall, might have damage, drops back to the 4th position. He's going to lose a position now, maybe to his teammate, the 1 car, as Blackbird works the high side of him. So he was going for the lead there. We will take a quick look at that and see if I can time it up just right so we can see what happened to him. He might have just got loose trying to stay off the Davies. So, coming through 3 and 4, working up a little bit higher, cuts it down. Davies gives him room. He just gets loose on the 4. Slight tap on the inside, not too much damage. I think it was just a scrape, if anything. And now he finds himself in 5th spot after going for the lead. So Davies holding on with those older tires, and I am very surprised by that. Must not have had very many green flag laps on that. The entire field now running way up off of that yellow line for the first part of 3 and 4, and then cutting it down late on exit. And that 36, that is Ethan Lane. He's made up some spots. He's up 30 spots from where we started, and up quite a bit from this restart. He's not on fresher tires than everyone else around him, so it's just finally getting a run, I guess, and not getting backed up. Working on Cooley on the inside there. Brotherton working low, attempting to take that 2nd spot. So, really interesting race. Most people, when they attempt to take a spot, end up losing spots, either from a mistake or just from positioning. So, you got to work it at the right time, get the run, and get it done quick. Otherwise, you fall back into the other people's clutches behind you. So, everyone working way up high on that high side. 3 and 4. Track definitely getting some use, getting worn in, rubbered up as everyone's moved off of those yellow lines. Field appears to have calmed down, and we are on a decent run now, 13 laps into this stint. And it's sad to say that 13 laps is a decent run, but that's how this race has went. As Brotherton gets a little bit closer on Hunt, getting that pass made. He's going to have the inside, but the inside's kind of slow now, and Blackbird's also going to look at working his way around the high side of Brotherton. Now Blackbird's got himself on the outside of the 19. And he's going to take the spot as the 19 just lets him go by. Pipgrass still in 5th after half spinning, going for the lead and scraping that inside wall. On board with the number 19, we'll watch the rear bumper of Blackbird, take a look at the different lines up ahead. And once again, yellow flag is out. Let's see if we can find out who the culprit is this time. It's like 33 car. So, see if he's the cause or just the aftermath of the wreck. Gets a little loose out of 4, tries to gather it up, but gets himself into that wall, and it's a single car accident once again off of turn 4. Leaders will be pitting this time. Right now, Brad Davies running real quick up there. He's 43 laps since the last time he was on pit road. Mitchell Hunt, 26 laps. Everyone else that pit way back on the last caution, they are on 17 lap old tires, so they got to pit. They can't stay out. So the strategy for Bergeron did not play out. He only got back up to 14th spot. So, pit stop time. See if anyone takes 2 tires. I don't see it happening with this long into a run. But sometimes you got to do what you have to do in order to get some of those positions back. Everyone appears to be doing 4 tires. Oh, except for that 2 car. You'll see the 2 car's got a 17.93 second stop. And that is 2 tires. Puts him out in the lead. He is trying to make up for the bad call of hitting last time. So he'll be on 2 tires. The rest of the field is going to be on 4 tires. And we'll see. Dalton Collins in the 13 also appears to be making that strategy call with 2 tires, but he is only up to 8th spot. Lined up side by side, Bergeron bringing them down with 2 tires. We are going to take a look from above on this restart as cars may be going all over the place. 2 gets a big jump on the field out of 4. But I don't believe that's going to help with those 2 tires. We'll see though. Davies surprised me up front. 19 dives way down by the inside wall. Working on Hunt for that 3rd spot, but I don't think you're going to want to be on that bottom side because that's where Bergeron's going to be protecting probably. So Davies might get a nose on him into 1. Does not. See if he gets him off of 2. A little bit safer run. He dives down to the bottom to take the lead from the 2 car. They enter 3. Side by side through the middle of the corner. He gets a decent run. The 2's working on that outside though. Holds him off just a little bit. They're dead even at the line. So Davies now has a little bit better run on him and should finish off the pass for the lead on Bergeron. Mitchell Hunt and Liam Brotherton both diving low, and they are going to have to get themselves past the 2 car before the 11 starts to pull away too soon. Mitchell Hunt gets a decent run off of turn 2. 19 finds himself kind of stuck behind the 2 car. I'm not sure why he's following that same line. Might just be taking his time, trying to get a run off the corner. Those 2. The 7 and the 2 still side by side. High side off the 4 is also working the 2. And the 19 is stuck behind them again as Davies pulls out to a 0.6 second lead now, and Blackbird working underneath the 19. Showing a nose there. Bergeron making that high side work. He's held off Hunt's challenge for the spot. And see what he does from here on out. Hunt might be trying to go to the outside. And Hunt gets a little loose off the corner and takes out the 19. Blackbird and Pipgrass. That is 4 of your drivers who are currently in the top 25. Actually, most of them are right up there on the edge of the top 10 or in the top 10, and they're going to be taking their one bad race right now. This is a drop week for all of them. That is very unfortunate for all of them, as they all had a decent run going, and one little mistake puts them all way back, and they can no longer have a mistake for the rest of the season. A quick look at that on replay. So the 7 car just got loose. The 19 had nowhere to go and no time to react. And the 1 of Blackbird and the 3 get into it as well. The 7 car gets clobbered then by the 5 car. Let's see. Just an unfortunate accident. I mean, they're all racing hard, trying to get the best finish they can. But that puts them all behind the 8 ball right now. And the 11 and the 2 right now, they've essentially got a freebie race on their hands. Rattler, amazingly, after eating that pit wall, I'm not for sure if it's just the server showing he doesn't have a hood or if he really doesn't have a hood. He is up to the 4th spot. Ethan Lane, the 36 car, he is running 3rd now. He's up 33 spots from where he started, but he's also having a little bit of connection issue. So hopefully he can stick around and not drop out. 6 car, that is Carson Okavar. We've seen him in an early crash. He's up there. Malik Ray is up there. We've seen him in multiple crashes. Pipgrass, the 3 car, he appears to have got the least amount of damage and did some pretty decent moves to get around the stop car of the 7 of Mitchell Hunt. Back through the field, see if I believe everyone else involved in that crash is still fixing damage. There's the 19 and the 7 car. Liam Brotherton is in the 33rd spot. Mitchell Hunt is in the 34th spot. Hunt is coming back down for more repairs. Brotherton, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Blackford also on pit road. The 5 was Randall Fox. He was another one of our drivers who was in contention. That is 5 drivers in 1 crash that are in contention for those top 10 spots. And they are now all way behind. Massive, massive crash. So, Davies bringing a whole new top 10 around. And Bergeron on that front row. Davies will get a start. Decent start. Get clear of the 2-car, and we're back to green. Now, are we going to see more aggressive driving from everyone now that they've got a chance to win? These are all the people that we've seen 3 and 4 wide mid-pack. What are they going to do now that they're up in the top 10? So Pipcrass, he is working the inside of 3 wide. He will get 2 spots there. And they are 3 wide behind him, and 5 and 6 wide if you look at the lanes that they're using through the backstretch. And now Pipcrass finds himself on the outside, and we got another caution. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. Not sure, it might have just been a slight spin. We'll take a look here. Oh, there it is. 29 car. Gets a little bump as everyone's went around in different lanes through the backstretch, and it's hard to tell where people are going to end up. So, looks like the 19 and the 7 are way off pace. Now they're hoping for a bunch of caution laps. Get some work done, try to bring the vehicles back up to speed, but we're down to 56 laps. Blackford appears to still be on pit road from the crash, so he's out of it. Malik Ray is out of the race. Randall Fox is out of the race, or at least not going to be on the lead lap and gaining positions for a bit. They may be doing 30-minute engine changes, which puts them about the end of the race before they see the track again. Back up front, Davies looking like this is his to lose right now. Since he took the lead, it's been very strong out front. And now with most of his competitors damaged and on pit road, it's going to be pretty easy, I think, for him, unless the 2 cars got something. But we've seen the 2 fall backwards most every run, so we'll see. Your top 4 are on older tires, 17 laps, but again, you've been here seeing most of them run under caution. Then we've got Dalton England in the 32 car. He is on the freshest tires of the next group. And way in the back, you've got people who pitted, but they're not even in play right now. The 19 car working his way through the pits. Definitely was the one to beat this week. A great run going from the pole position, led multiple laps, and now he is playing the damage game, trying to get everything fixed without going a lap down as much as he can. We're lined back up, ready to go. It's an unfortunate wreck for all of those guys. And their next wreck, any of these other weeks, they can just hang it up. Battling from the second split. It would take a lot for someone in the second split to make the top 10 with 2 bad finishes. And that's where we're at. Davies had his bad finish last week. He is working on a good finish now. The 4-car Rattler also had a fairly bad finish last week. Not how he had wanted it. And it looks like we didn't get the green that time. That's going to be another caution lap for people. Hunt's bringing his car down. Get some work done on it. Getting the more caution laps, the better for these guys, but with as much damage as they have, I don't see it playing out for them. Not even top 20. So if you watch the ticker, yellow numbers mean they were in contention. Hipgrass in the 3-car is your lone yellow number driver in the top 10 and maybe even top 20. Davies gets the field to the green, pulls ahead of the 2-car, and these two will be working their way away from the field. Is Ethan Lane in that 36. You see him having connection issues once again, blinking. Hopefully that calms down. Looks like it has. Hopefully he won't drop out of the race. That was our first major crash in the top 10 since Rattler spun early in the opening laps. Driver spreading all across the infield down the back stretch. And Lane looking... past the 2-car. Bergeron falling back now to 4th. Car dropping back. Hipgrass is in 5th spot. So he actually got out of that pretty unscathed. And that's good. He's had an interesting race. 2 incidents off of turn 4. One of his doing and one getting collected up from the Hunt loose spin there. Working lap of 107. This one's getting close to the end. Hopefully we stay green all the way to the end. Get this one over with. Rattler has also lost multiple spots now that we've been back to green. Rattler is back into the 9th spot. So this one might be the end of Rattler if he can't get a top 10 spot, and he gets a little bump there from the 13, shoved up the track. An eye on that battle. Rattler appears to be going backwards. So that damage is probably not just a server issue. He may have a lot of front end damage. That's affecting the car. Back up front, Ethan Lane trying to close the gap to the 11 car of Brad Davies. Lane is 0.4 seconds off of the lead. Currently running about the same lap times. The fastest car on track right now is the 3 car. He's about a 10th quicker than your top 3. See if he can work his way past the 32 of Dalton England. And once again, that lap, he is, again, a 10th quicker than your top 3. We'll see if he can get around, though. That's the issue here. We've seen a lot of challenges to the low side not pay off of 4. I think the strategy is set him up, get the run off of 2, dive it in hard enough into 3 that you get in front of them and they can't fight back on the exit. Pipgrass is going to need the most points he can get out of this. Right now, he's in a fairly good spot. Just one position here. He's going to be one of the few remaining without drop weeks right now in that top 10 from the second split. He's working underneath England now for that third spot. He doesn't get him on the floor. The high side has prevailed every time off the floor. So it just needs to maybe work the high side through 1 and 2 and then dive coming off of 2. And the yellow flag is back out. 19 car was about to be lapped there. Blackbird back out on track after getting damage fixed. Also, Randall Fox is out there again. And David Rattler is way back here, and I don't think he lost that many spots. On track racing, I think he might have been our caution. Let's find him here and see if we can replay. Yeah, there he is, crashed. Let's see if we can figure out how it happened to him. That was an interesting one there, I'm not sure. Couldn't get a good look at it, and we've got pit stops that we need to focus on, so. Davies, England, Pipgrass. Top 3, we'll see. I don't think anyone can do anything crazy because 13 laps. It's the last time that we had a caution. But as I say that, Pipgrass takes 2 tires and gets himself out into the lead. We've also got the 27 car of Ian NeQuinn. Looks like he is doing some strategy. And he will take 2 tires. The rest of the field appears to be all 4 tires. So, 27 car and the 3 car. As they cross the line, I believe we're going to see both of them. Yellow numbers. Nope, NeQuinn is not a yellow number. Let's see if he is. I thought he was up there in the top 25, but appears I was wrong. So Pipgrass in the lead, 2 tires. England in 3rd. Davies finds himself in 4th. The 36 car, that's Ethan Lane. 2 car of Bergeron. He gets himself to the front, but he can never just stay up there. And Jordy Lopez in the 9 car. It's the first time I've called his name tonight, and first time we've seen his car up front. Kind of made it through the mess. Brandon McKissick is in the 31 car in 8th spot. The 15 is Dylan C. Jones in the 9th spot. 12 car is Glenn Rockefeller Jr. 13, Dalton Collins. We've seen him do the 2 tire strategy, well, the no tire strategy, I believe, once. Got himself up front. So you see Hunt getting himself off the pit road, trying to get more of that damage fixed. Hunt in the 19 of Liam Brotherton. They're going to need drivers to wreck out hard, and they're going to need about 20 of them. I'm not saying that can't be done, because we've seen that in sim racing, but it's going to need to happen for them to get a decent finish. I think right now it's over for them, obviously, for this race. Grass gets a decent start on the 27 as he was sleeping up there on the high side. That's going to allow England to get underneath him. They are 3 wide now. 36 car, that is Ethan Lane making some big moves down there, and Davies is now falling back to the 5th spot and running the 3rd lane up through the green. Davies doesn't get himself too far back. Quinn holding him off on that high side once again as Ethan Lane drops all the way down to the bottom, and you can see here he puts it here. He slides just a little bit up, avoids contact with the 27. It's a little loose, it looks like, off the floor. Maybe just a strange wiggle. Davies getting a challenge now from the 9 car, Jordy Lopez. And battling side by side with the 32 of Dalton S. England. As all of this is happening, Pitgrass with his 2 tires pulling away, setting the fastest laps of the race, and or not of the race, but of the field at this moment. And what looked like a big issue for him when he got caught up in that wreck, it's now turning out not so bad. But nope, we got one around. And we'll take a look at that, see what happened. Like that might have been a 13. Maybe the 33. So 33 lost it on his own, avoiding the wreck. See if we can see what happened up ahead of him that caused that. There's the 13 car that I suspected. He got loose off the corner, got a little bump from the 10 car, and then comes up and hits the 10 car, sends himself around, and then that's where the 33 lost it. Leaders do not pit that time. So you're not a whole lot of changes, it looks like. 19 people stay out. One of those is the 7 car, Mitchell Hunt. He is now in 19th, trying to recover. Looks like I've lost my graphics. See if I can get those back for you. Not sure what happened there. Loaded back up. Sorry about this. Try to get the graphics loaded back up. Not sure what happened with this.